Endurance riding. The name alone conjures up visions of well-conditioned, athletic horses, adventure, spectacular scenery, heart-racing competition, and outright fun with friends and family. Distance and endurance riding require a breed with stamina, heart, willingness to please, a horse that will go the extra mile with their rider. And the Appaloosa just may be the consummate sport horse for distance riding. Offering a comprehensive slate of programs for those who enjoy spending time in the saddle with their horse, and designed for all levels of participation and experience, the Appaloosa Horse Club recently held its inaugural 50-mile National Championship Endurance Ride in Palmyra, Wisconsin. Riders, friends, families, and their Appaloosas came from 9 U.S. states and Canada, some coming more than 1,500 miles to participate in this national championship. Both the riders and horses had to qualify for the national championship. The horse and rider must each have completed 100 lifetime distance miles, and all of the competitors must have successfully completed a 50-mile endurance ride prior to the championship. The rich and fascinating history of the Appaloosa breed is as unique as its colorful spotted coat patterns. Over 500 years ago, the Spanish introduced horses to Mexico. And following the Pueblo Revolt, horses spread rapidly throughout North America, reaching the Northwest around 1700. The native Nez Perce, Palouse, and other tribes in the inland Northwest created large herds, which were prized for their strength, intelligence, and beauty. The superior horses enabled these native peoples to develop their hunting skills, craftsmanship, and increase their mobility across the region. So it is no accident that the Appaloosa has developed into an excellent distance and endurance horse to be enjoyed in many activities and disciplines. Endurance riding is a test of both rider and horse, and every precaution is taken to ensure the condition and viability of each entry. Before the event begins, the riders hold a briefing meeting to go over the rules and regulations, and the horses are vet checked with baseline heart rates and respiration recorded, as well as a complete soundness examination. Morning comes too early, but riders and horses are already preparing for the start of the event. This 50-mile endurance ride was open to other breeds, and while Appaloosas were the predominant horse of this event, you may see some other breeds represented, along with horses of a different color. In the spirit of fun and good sportsmanship, many of the competitors added spots to their horses for the event, making them temporary Appaloosas for the day. The horses are ready at the starting line, their breath glistening in the crisp morning air. And with the backdrop of the rising sun, the journey begins. The health of the horses is carefully checked during the ride. Keeping both riders and horses hydrated is a key aspect of endurance riding. And along the course, there are many watering stations where horse and rider can maintain their fluid intake. Endurance riding can be enjoyed by people of all ages and is a great family activity. This mother-daughter team talk about the extraordinary commitment made to participate in endurance rides and the intangible benefits they realize on the trail.
She had been watching me in the years past, campaign my Appaloosa stallion, and been involved with kind of the behind the scenes of the endurance riding, and has expressed interest over the last year or so. And then this spring, this 13-year-old daughter of mine decides that she will sell her beautiful leopard mare to provide the finances, to help to provide the finances to campaign 2 other of our horses for their endurance medallions this year. But we're just so thrilled. Our horses are settling right into the whole camping routine, going down the trail, working together as a team. My daughter and I have these hours to spend together out on the trail.
I've been riding endurance for about a couple months now. I started March 25th, that was my first 50. That was in Moses Lake, Washington. And then now I'm on, this is going to be my 4th 50-mile endurance ride. And my mom, she's been doing it for quite a while now. The Appaloosa endurance horse is suited for endurance riding because they have great ability they can do almost anything. My horse right now, she's doing really good. She's only 6 years old. And so far, I think she's the best horse I've ever rode.
We're very proud to be at the National Championship ride, and we're very proud to be riding our Appaloosas. And I am very proud of my daughter.
The endurance course takes the riders and horses across open fields, wooded areas, rocky trails, and every kind of terrain imaginable. Part of the trail goes near the Olson Log Cabin, one of the oldest existing log structures in the state of Wisconsin. The fun of endurance riding knows no boundaries, and competitors came from Canada as well, adding some good-spirited international competition.
When people ask me why I got involved in this sport, I find that the long distance riding is fabulous because you see parts of the country you'd never see before. You're into state parks and trails that are just out there in the world and off the beaten trail, and you see some fabulous scenery out there. Where else can you go for a day and spend under $100, get your horse bedded completely from head to toe, minimum 3 times during the day, have a fabulous meal at the end, ride on these fantastic trails all over the world and all over the country, and you just get to meet some really great people. I mean, we've got some friendships involved in this sport from all over North America, and it's great fun to catch up at the rides and see each other. It's just really fabulous, and it's better than going round and round circle in an indoor arena at a horse show.
At the halfway point, the horses and riders come in for a mandatory rest stop, where the horses are once again examined by the vet team and checked for soundness before allowing them to continue. Some of the riders get off and walk the last 100 yards with their horses to help them cool down. Horses and riders get to take in some calories to build up their energy for the next half of the ride.
The Appaloosa is suited for endurance riding for many different reasons. One is of course, we all know their stamina, their strong concave hooves, their alertness. These things all make them wonderful endurance mounts. One of our personal favorite things that I think our breed has over others might be, in my opinion, the brains and a little bit more calmness to them than what many other breeds have that are competing in the sport. As I look at our horses and at our herd, any one of them is gonna take you down the trail, and they're gonna do it really with pride themselves. They love getting out and going down the trail, seeing the chipmunks wrestle in the trees, seeing the moose trot across the path in front of them. I think that the Appaloosa is incredible, and the relationship and the bond that you build between your animals. And again, that's part of their attributes, I think. They do bond with their person. And you know, in our opinion, we have felt like they're about to jump over the moon for us. They just have so much heart and stamina, and I think I would like to see more people considering the Appaloosa as the ideal endurance mount.
Owners will tell you the Appaloosa is known for its smooth and comfortable ride. But that becomes more than evident as one of the competitors completed the 50-mile course riding bareback.
Endurance riding, I've always done them all bareback. It does surprise a lot of people. I said majority of the people, but I got me a pony when I was 6 years old, and with no saddle. I started riding bareback, always liked bareback, and it's just always been my ride. Bareback isn't as tough as it seems. It's balance, and I feel like I can be more comfortable bareback because I can stretch my legs and so forth, and maybe do things that you can't do when you are on a saddle. But I'm not saying that is the preference of riding. But bareback, like I said, bareback's just always been my ride. I enjoy it. I'm very comfortable with it, and my horse is comfortable with it also. So.
I think the Appaloosas are tough. They, tough, endurance, put the two things together to keep going. They may not be able to go quite as fast at a certain time, but they'll keep on going. They have an endurance to themselves, and they're tough, and they're just willing to do it.
I find the Appaloosa to be just, I don't know, especially mine. She just has a big heart, and she's just an aggressive horse when it comes to anything endurance type. She loves to just just climb hills. If I ask her to swim across the pond or the river, she'll do such, and she just seems to be a very energetic horse all around.
The finish line is always a point of both exhilaration and accomplishment, a journey completed. And while the first one across the line is declared the winner, competitors will tell you to finish is to win. A hug for your horse, some smiles all around, and a casual walk back to the final vet check. What's the best breed of endurance horse? After the horses are cooled down and put up for the evening, the competitors gather for some stories, camaraderie, and of course, the awards presentation. But regardless of actual placings, everyone feels a sense of victory, working as a team of horse and rider. With the goal of preserving and improving the Appaloosa breed, the Appaloosa Horse Club was chartered in 1938. For those first few enthusiasts, the club has grown into one of the leading equine breed registries in the world. Today, the beautiful spotted Appaloosa horse is one of the most beloved of American horse breeds and can be found throughout the world. Besides endurance and distance riding, they excel in disciplines including Western pleasure, games, working cow horse, and dressage. Appaloosas are prized for their easygoing dispositions and their reliability as family horses. The Appaloosa Horse Club and its members invite everyone to discover the excitement, fun, fellowship, and sports of endurance riding and all the activities the Appaloosa excels at. Grab your reins and bring your Appaloosa.